crowd still cheering, the sun still warm. And then everything stopped in the shadow of that November noon. Grace did not fall apart, it stood very still. She did not cry out to the cameras, she did not flee the storm. With trembling hands and blood-stained silk, she carried a nation's heartbreak as if it were her own heartbeat. The pink suit stayed, not for fashion, not for memory, but for truth, so the world would see what violence had done to beauty, to promise, to love. She whispered no speeches, but her silence spoke to millions. In her eyes was sorrow, in her posture defiance, and in her every step the lesson of composure that words could never teach. Strength is not the absence of pain, it is standing in its center unbroken. It is walking beside a casket, holding small hands and showing the world how to grieve with grace. It is the quiet courage of a woman who refused to let despair define her. Through black veils and echoing drums, she led not as a widow, but as a guardian of memory, the boy's small salute. The steady march of soldiers, the eternal flame, all were pieces of her strength, woven from love and duty. She planned the ritual of farewell as if it were art, a final masterpiece of dignity, crafted not for herself, but for a wounded nation that needed beauty to believe again. They called it Camelot, a dream that burned bright and brief, but she, the keeper of its story, refused to live. Fade into tragedy alone. Her poise became our language, her silence our song. And even as the years carried her forward, she taught us that grace is not what happens in comfort, but in loss. Strength is not the sound of victory, it is the whisper that steadies trembling hands. It is a mother's promise through tears. It is the calm that holds history together in the chaos of the century's darkest hour. Jacqueline Kennedy did not fall. She became the light that led us home. And so when the drums fade and the cameras turn away, her legacy remains, the strength of silence, the power of grace. The woman who stood in the ruins of history and taught the world how to stand again.